Hi, it's Mitch from PickDogs.com. We got 13 seconds left to go in the first half here in San Francisco with the 49ers leading the Seahawks 16-14 in a much higher scoring game than I expected to see. 30 points already on the board here. And, I think that seeing more points not going to be much of a surprise if that happens. I just think we're seeing a ton of scoring here, and my guess is it will continue to go this way. Um, the 49ers have played well, but I think Seattle has been effective running the football, and I think the way that they've been effective running the football definitely helped them out when they found the touchdown pass to Metcalf, who was wide open. Should never happen in that situation, for him to be that open in that spot. I know he's a great player, and he certainly, is faster than most of the players in the league, but he was wide open. And I'll tell you what, if I'm Seattle, I'm throwing it to him every single play because it's clear that this Ward can't cover him, and they can't get the pass rush on Geno Smith to stop him. So, Jay, how's it going?
What's going on, man?
I'm a little surprised that we're seeing this many points in this game. I'm surprised that the 49ers defense is playing this poorly. Not all that surprised that that we see San Francisco putting points on. I'm a little surprised that some of the San Francisco drives have sputtered. So it's I'm surprised both ways, but Seattle certainly in really good shape. I took the 49ers in this game. I'm not feeling good about it because
I'm in the same boat with you.
did not get that touchdown there on that last drive. We really needed it. And then we would get the ball to start the second half and could get, into a position here. But now up by 2, a touchdown doesn't get us there. So we're going to need a turnover. And now Seattle going for a big field goal here before the half. If I'm San Francisco, I put a guy back there and, my fastest guy, it's that receiver. Or I'd put McLeod back there and, have them, basically, in case that someone comes up short.
Probably gonna make this.
I don't think so. Well, if they make it, worst case scenario, San Francisco comes down, scores a touchdown to start the. Well, we don't know because there's no lines out for the second half. So. You must be ahead of me. Well, there it is, 17-16 Seattle. And, if San Francisco scores a touchdown, maybe they go for 2. They get on a better number than this because this is a problem here. But we see what the second half lines are. Nothing yet. What else do you have going on today, Jay? Any other games in for you? I had Georgia early.
I had quite a few go through early. Tulane. I'm having a good day so far. And what else went through?
I did not like today's card, so I did not have a lot of picks today. But we'll see how it goes.
Stony Brook I had as well. So. Got the Niners in this one though, so we'll see.
What I have as well.
And I got Cincinnati against SMU, and I was going to come down right to it, on that number.
You're dead man. That was a bad pick. I didn't like that on the show. I was going to say something. I just let it go. SMU's been playing really well lately. So maybe like a month ago they were not playing well, but lately they've
on the number. So we'll see.
Cincinnati just not a high scoring team, so it's like that's a big part of that problem too. But you never know. Play the foul game here at the end, maybe get a chance. But we should have a line here. Let's see.
Seattle, man, they're right in this thing. I mean,
they're winning.
Yeah.
They're not right in it. They're winning.
Yeah.
So the line is San Francisco minus 5.5. Light juice on this for the 49ers on the 5.5. I think I'm gonna jump on the Niners here and lay the 5.5. Just keep going right down this slippery slope that I'm already on. I really think we're just a turnover away, from busting this thing wide open. If the Niners can come down and get the touchdown, get a stop and score again, there it is. It's like it's that close, to being busted wide open. But I don't know if it would be. I don't know if it would be so funny. I just think it would be surprising. I don't know. I don't think it's so funny. I think Ohio State losing is always funny, but
5.5. I think I'm just gonna get out and take the Seahawks here.
Yeah, well, you can get them on the money line at plus 280. You can get them at plus 5.5 here at minus 115. I'm going to take the Niners here at minus 5.5 for the second half. I think they win this thing. I think they cover the original spread still as well.
I think they win the game, but I think this one comes right down to the wire. What are we up 17-16? I think if anything, San Fran wins it by 2.
The Seattle rush defense is so bad. The liability of them, giving up some big runs that we've already seen a couple chunks already is pretty great. And I expect San Francisco to win this thing by probably close to 2 touchdowns. But Jay's on Seattle here, second half. I'm on San Francisco. We are total opposite on this one. I just think that Brock Purdy made a few bad decisions there, a few bad throws, and I think that's the difference in this game. It kind of let Seattle in here. I think, I think the San Francisco defense didn't really get after the quarterback well enough. I think they've been respecting Walker a little too much. And I think if they switch to a run blitz strategy on defense, they're going to be a lot more successful. And I think that's what we're going to see in the second half from the Niners. And I can't leave Ward out there on Metcalf because that ain't going to happen.
Yeah, I just think I think Purdy first playoff game, he looks a little shaky. He looks a little nervous out there, missing some guys at times. And I just, like I said a minute ago, I think this one's just going to be a tight one down to the end now. Seattle, they're not backing down from the San Fran team, and San Fran, they're not that defense isn't looking as strong as it did earlier. Metcalf is a top 5 guy, man, and he can take over on just about anybody. I know they bottled him up in the first 2 matchups, but here today, Metcalf's having his way, man, and I think Geno, he continues to find them. Walker, they chew some clock. We're gonna look up, and it's gonna be fourth quarter. And they might still be leading at that point. So I'm going to grab the points here in this second half.
I wouldn't be surprised if San Francisco came out and scored 3 touchdowns and put them away very quickly and decisively. They're just the far better team in this game. And just man for man, unit versus unit on unit. The only edge I would give Seattle at all is in the special teams. But on offense, clearly the Niners offense is better. And on defense, I think some bad decisions by Purdy, not just bad throws, but just some bad decisions too on some of these plays. I think they regroup. I think they work with them. And we see it so many times, over the course of the NFL season where teams play one way, one half, and in the second half, it's an entirely different story. And I think that's what we see here.
I don't know. I feel way more comfortable with with one coach in the locker room than I do in Mr. Blowing leads all the time, Mr. Shanahan. So,
but he doesn't have a lead to blow here, and that's.
I was up 10-0 early, so I don't know. I would like nothing more than to see San Fran crumble. I would not. I have them for the game, I do, but I think after seeing this game here and what I've seen in the first half, I think Seattle keeps it competitive, and I'm gonna get out.
I never really look at it that way. I always look at, the game is the game, and, whether it all happens in one quarter, whether it happens over the course of the game, whether it happens just in the second half or anything like that. I don't play first quarter, second quarter, third quarter. I play game. And I think that I still like the Niners in this position. I think getting them here at 5.5 is just a tremendous value. And, it's like I didn't bet them first half, the Niners, and I didn't bet them, first quarter, and I didn't bet them second quarter or any of those things. I bet them game. And I still, I made the bet based upon the game, not upon that they were going to be front runners throughout the game or, that they were going to get a lead and hold on to it or any of those things. I believe that they are the much better team in this game, and that you're going to see that, Seattle in a game like this that's tight. If San Francisco can get the touchdown starting the second half, they're going to win and they're going to cover. And because what you're going to see is it's just one turnover away from becoming a blowout, And
I don't think so.
I
I was with you on the seeing, San Fran's a way better team. Like I said, I'm on San Fran for the game too. I think they are the better team, but I feel like putting your two eyes on a football game lets you see something totally different. And what I've seen so far in this football game is Seattle can compete. And
what you're seeing here is that San Francisco has dominated this game.
No,
and it's just not representative on the scoreboard. Well, the numbers are the numbers, Jay. We don't make them up, and we don't get a chance to really interpret them. They are what they are. We don't. The numbers are the numbers here, and the numbers say that San Francisco is crushing Seattle in every statistical category in this game, and that it's basically a couple of bad decisions by Brock Purdy and some bad throws that really are the difference in this game and have kept Seattle in it.
And that's
a couple of missed tackles. And
if you're asking me, do I want to look at the stat sheet and tell me that a rookie quarterback making his first playoff start is not going to continue to make those tough throws? I trust my eye test more.
But the eye test tells you, and what you're forgetting from the eye test, what you're ignoring is that San Francisco has run all over Seattle in this game. Seattle comes into this game the 30th ranked rush defense, and they are getting run over in this game. And if San Francisco gets the lead here in the second half, they are going to run the ball clear down their throats. The only time they've stopped the only time they've executed it. When you look at the numbers,
they haven't.
It's a mismatch.
What happens is they get down there with their rookie quarterback and they get real tight in the red zone. We've seen it.
Well, here's the story.
And their drive stall, and they're kicking field goals. That's the difference.
Here's the story. Here's the story though. And
I think that continues.
10 carries, 110 yards. Man, they have abandoned this running game, put the ball in Purdy's hands, kind of faking the running game. But when they've run the football, it's 10 carries for 110 yards. That's 11 yards a pop. And that is what Seattle's been giving up all season. And it's like, you watch in the second half, if they can get to the lead, they're going to run it down their throats. They're going to start eliminating this, this fake thing. They're going to fake the pass and draw. And it's going to be a touchdown every single time. We saw McCaffrey, gouge them, already a couple of times in this game. And I wouldn't be surprised if he ends this game with 200 yards plus.
Nah, he's having a good game. He's an elite player for sure. He's I respect McCaffrey's game, and that needs to be their game plan, is to get the ball to McCaffrey. And if they do that, then I see what you're saying. They should win the game, but the game we've seen thus far is not the game plan that they seem to be playing. They seem that they want to give Purdy some experience. And
they've passed twice as often as they've run the football in this game,
and that's not their play style.
Well, as Seattle makes adjustments for that, they're going to go back to the running game, and they're going to run all over them, because Seattle's running defense all season long has been an absolute sieve, one of the worst in the NFL, the worst run defense Seattle's ever had. The worst run defense they've ever had. And they haven't done anything in this game to say that that's different. Maybe they've had a stop when they've sold out on the run, but that's about it. What Shanahan's has been doing is he's been trying to throw, thinking that, well, there's going to be openings out there because of they're going to be playing the run. But the thing is that they haven't really been playing the run. They've been playing kind of a base defense here. And Brock Purdy is he's not good enough to recognize that there's guys that are wide open. And when they are, he can't hit them. So it's like, just go back to the run, the toss sweep, run to the outside, run. It's there. Even the receivers, even after the catch, that we saw like Kittle running away from these Seattle defenders. We're going to see it here in the second half. And I believe this 5.5 is a bargain.
I think it is a bargain, and that's why sometimes it's too good to be true. And I think Seattle in this one is going to fight their way tooth and nail to the end. These guys are all guys who want to relish in this moment, man, and they're not going to shy away from it. You done talked me into it. I'm taking Seattle on the money line second half.
All right. Go ahead. They have a 1-point lead, so you think they're going to win this game?
I think they mess around and win the football game, man.
All right, I'm going to take San Francisco. I'm going to lay big on it. I'm going to dump on it. I think this is a gift. I think Seattle should be happy with what they've done in the first half, but this is a 9-8 football team, and really that's what they are. And, they are who we thought they were. That's what's going to happen here.
I'm grabbing that 5.5, guys, but I did sprinkle some on the money line as well.
I'm going to bet it again at 5.5. San Francisco.
This is good. We ain't had one of these in a minute.
Yeah, we haven't had one of these where we're just very, very much opposite here. So the line is now moved on this 5.5 for San Francisco. It's the juice is starting to heat up on this one.
It is. I'm seeing that as well.
So, I'm not alone here. Seattle's had 6 drives. San Francisco's had 5. It's, San Francisco gets the ball to start the second half. So this drive is key. This drive is key. If San Francisco doesn't do anything here, well, then maybe I might need to hit the end game, But my guess is Seattle hasn't really stopped them. So far, 4 scores. Well, they've held them to field goals 3 times.
Don't break, yeah,
3 times, and a touchdown. But here we go. It's the start of the third quarter. We'll stay with you till the San Francisco touchdown here.
Pick 6.
I don't think so. I think Deebo Samuel, I think with McCaffrey, just way too much here. And out of the end zone. I think San Francisco's got to mix it up here on defense. We know that Geno Smith is, we know who he is. And, you just got to mix it up a little bit.
I'm ready for that night game tonight, too. That's probably, other than my Cowboy game, my favorite game of the weekend, the night one.
My favorite game is Oregon against Arizona. I love Oregon.
College hoops.
Love it. Worst loss I ever took. Arizona against Oregon at Oregon. Worst loss I said I would never, ever, ever.
College hoops?
Yep. I'd never, ever bet on Arizona at Oregon ever again. And you know what's happened since then? I've won every single time. And today, I love them. Love them. The line was 4.5. Arizona was favored by 4.5 at Oregon. Should have, you would think Oregon just lost to Arizona State by like 30. It's like, anyways, first play, the Niners move it down 6 yards. I think this is what we're going to start to see. Just these short plays, just a drive smash down the field and get back to business here. And here's the handoff to McCaffrey between the tackles. Easy first down there. And depends on the spot, but he's right around the line there. They calling it third down, but it's 3rd and inches at best for I don't know. It looked like a first down from here.
That does look like a first to me.
It's always, it's the knee and where the ball is and all that other bullshit. So that's what they always do. But the problem with it not being first down, the big issue is not whether or not they can get the 1 inch. The big issue on these is if there's a penalty, if there's a false start or something.
NFL, watching the World Cup, did you see what they have for like offsides and pen?
Yeah.
NFL needs the update to that.
Yep. They do. They certainly have the technology to do it, but the NFL has no interest in getting the calls right. We know that the worst calls. How about Alabama up by 42 with 40 seconds left to go? 106-64. That is called opening the can of whoop ass. Man, they are good.
Good.
Iowa State, a pick I gave out on the show this morning. Easy cover against Kansas. Did not win, but they covered. No problem. They were inside the number the entire game. I can't believe I didn't give that as a premium. Just kicking myself. It's Duke over Clemson as well. So McCaffrey, no gain on that play. Yep, Kentucky over Tennessee. I mean, we certainly know that one. They needed it. They certainly have the talent and the ability, and Kentucky's going to be there at the end of the year. We know that.
Yeah.
2nd and 10 here for the Niners. So they fake the handoff. Wide open Kittle for looked like about 20 yards. I mean, he couldn't have been any more wide open. It was a soft zone there by Seattle, and really a good chance for them to put San Francisco in kind of a tough spot, behind the sticks there. But instead, it's first down in Seattle territory, and it's after San Francisco covers that second half 5.5 and covers the original game spread, we're going to look back at plays like that, and that's going to be where it was done. That, and of course the bevy of Seattle turnovers that are on the horizon. Now there's a pitch play. I don't know. They take McCaffrey out a little bit too much for my taste, and they did this on the touchdown drive too. Little toss to Mitchell for 4 yards there.
You got to keep him fresh. He getting kind of up there too. Yo, man, low key. So, I mean,
Christian McCaffrey's probably like 26.
Nah.
Yes.
He's like 30.
No chance.
Ain't he like 30? I thought Christian was like an old man.
No chance.
He banged up like an old man. Let me see. How old is McCaffrey?
Christian McCaffrey is 26.
26? Okay. He's an old man.
June 7th, 1996. 26 years old.
3 years older than me, but he's an old man.
He's old. See, this is the problem is when you run Mitchell twice in a row, the second one, he doesn't seem to get anything. So now it's 3rd and 7. Once again, behind the sticks. And now you're relying on Purdy. You're in Seattle territory here. This is a chance. This is a must-score drive for the Niners. It's a long field goal for Robbie Gould here, and you're in no man's land if you're going to punt too.
Yep.
Well, there's the first down pass. That's what you got to do. You just give it to that number 19, and I'll tell you what, it's good for 25 yards every time if you can get him the ball. It doesn't matter. He was in total traffic in that play. This guy can just he can dance in a phone booth, man. He is unbelievable.
He is one of the best after catch for sure.
Yep. I mean, 27's got him by the jersey even before the ball gets there. It looks like he's down and going to trip over his own 2 feet, and he gets another 10 yards on it. There's holding there on the offensive line. They're not calling that. And, been pretty much a penalty-free game. We saw Purdy get hit out of bounds. They didn't call it. We saw Geno Smith then get hit late.
That one.
Now, this is what happens when they don't call it. This is what happens. It's like that game. Who was it the other night? Was it the Rockets? It was like, I love when they throw the players out in the NBA and they call them by their full name. They don't just say number 3 or whatever. They say the guy's name. The refs, ever since they got the mic, they've been doing that.
Yeah, they're scrapping.
So it's Samuel claiming he got late hit is what he's saying, and he kind of did. They hit him late in the head. Old man McCaffrey.
Old man McCaffrey.
Yeah, I was like 26. He came out early. He came out early, for the draft. And he's only been in the league like 5 or 6 years. So, anyways, 1st and 10 for the Niners at the 16-yard line. There's old man McCaffrey, runs for 6. Doesn't look a day over 25 and a half. 2nd and 3. He actually got 7 on that run. Looked like 6 from here. I don't know how to spot it. I'm like that guy, you know, like when they have the play in the NBA and it's like it tips off of a bunch of guys' hands and it's like, you know, I've never got one of those right. It's like never. It's like I'm 0 for like 10,000 on those. It's like I haven't got one right. Like, I mean, I've been watching NBA like my whole life. There's McCaffrey tripped up, brings up 3rd and short here. This is going to be interesting.
All right, Seattle, right here. See, this is where we've been lethal at all game. 3rd and 1. Let's get off the field.
Yeah, but they haven't been 3rd and 1 inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah,
I have a feeling that in this situation,
they're going to go for it. They're going to go for it. Yeah.
Even with Shanahan, they're going to go for it unless you know there's a penalty here. This is the thing about the NFL. The problem with 3rd and 1 is, man, if you get a penalty, it's like now it's 3rd and 6, 4th and 6. You know, it affects the whole game. But it's a real 1 yard here. It's not like that half yard or anything like that. It's a full yard. And the handoff to old man McCaffrey. Yeah, there is a crease there, and man, does that guy's leg strong. Wow,
man, McCaffrey.
He's just churning it there. Well, I'll tell you how old I am. I bet on his father. So, you know, Easy Ed McCaffrey.
Denver Broncos, right?
Well, he's on the Giants initially.
Oh, okay.
Initially on the Giants. And then pretty sure he was on like with Bill Belichick's defense on the Giants with he played, you know, receiver, but it was those Super Bowl teams. So McCaffrey's touched in the backfield, but it looks like it was a touchdown. Do they give him forward momentum? If they do, it's at the worst on the 1-inch line. It might have been turned sideways. My guess is this one's going to go to the booth because I think it was a touchdown. Here it is.
I don't think the ball crossed. I think he's down.
Wow. Yeah, it sure looked like it crossed. Here it is again. Oh, they're just going to run the play. It is the 1/2-inch line. 2nd and goal. Purdy tucks it under. They give him the push. He's in, just as we predicted, covering the second half spread right out of the gate. Anyways, thanks everyone for joining us. We'll be cashing those tickets together, except for Jay, his second half Seattle bets. It's okay. We'll see you guys halftime. We got Trevor Lawrence, everyone's favorite Labrador Retriever, and you know, you like that, Jay, right? Because you're like, kind of does look like a Labrador.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one.
It's like the golden retriever. Have you seen like on TikTok, like there's like a dog, and it's like they're asking him for the paw, you know, to give him the treat. And then there's like a golden like behind him, like over on the side, going like this, like trying to show him like what to do to give him the paw. So it's like it says when your bestie's helping you out.
That's funny.
I think the Niners should go for 2 here, personally. You know, I think it would have made a lot of sense to go for 2, make it a 7-point lead. But they didn't, because that's the way Shanahan does it. It kind of screws us here. It's 6, field goal, we're still not there, right? That's the problem. All right. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. It's not going to matter. It's all academic in the end. Have a winning rest of the game. We'll see you guys. What time is it? Let's see. So we'll see you probably in about 3 hours or so.
Let's go Seahawks.